Well, hello everybody. I am Jacqui Duran. Um, I am joined by some fabulous other leaders here in Cincy, which hopefully you guys recognize. We've got Cassie Baker, Amber Dixon, Cassie Bollinger, Angie Conrad. So if you guys are here, then that means that you fall under one of us somehow, some way. And we are super excited to get to pour into you guys tonight. So we want to, our whole purpose is to give you guys actionable things to do in your business. We are recording this, so if you do have to jump off or something comes up, no worries. We'll get it recorded. We'll get it passed around so everybody has it. Um, this is something that we're doing for the first time. So hopefully if you guys give us some good feedback on this and find some things that you were able to take away, then we would be more than happy to do more of these as we move forward. Um, like I said, we want you guys to really have things that you can do, actionable things, right? When you join Scentsy, it can be very overwhelming when people are talking about booking parties or adding new team members and how to go into your workstation and enter a party order, all the things. And there's so much that goes on. And then if you're in any of our Facebook groups, then more than likely it can be even more confusing when you first start because we're there talking about all kinds of different apps and programs and LTOs, limited time offerings that are coming out, and it can be very overwhelming. So we want you guys to feel comfortable, feel secure, and feel in charge of your business. And for some of you, you may have been a consultant for a while, but maybe you're just ready to jump in with both feet. There's always a time to relaunch your business. I know I myself personally have done that a handful of times in the 10 years that I've been a consultant, and I'll probably do it a few more times before it's all said and done because I think being able to learn new things and try new things out is going to be a really great way to help me to continue learning. I'm one of those people who I always like to learn. Um, Among the leaders that you have here, we have done really amazing things in our time with Scentsy. We've earned annual mentor, annual sales, sensational star, shooting star. We've earned incentive trips, vacations. Oh my goodness, you guys, it's just phenomenal what Scentsy allows us to do just for showing up and working our business. That's really what it all boils down to. We get recognized for our work, and that is something to be celebrated. So with all of us together, we've got probably a little over 30 years of combined experience, and that's what we want to share with you guys because we want to see you guys achieving your goals and your success, whatever that looks like for you. Um, if you want to grab something to take notes with, hopefully you will have some things to write down because you're going to take away some action items. And our goal here is to leave you guys with 3 things that you're going to put into action after this call. So first off, I'm just going to kick it off briefly and talk about planning your time. I know that probably one of the biggest things that I hear from consultants all the time is, I don't have time. Everybody is always looking for time. Let me tell you that. When I was building my business and working this, oops, sorry about that. I was actually working full time, 40 plus hours and trying to work as well as do everything else in my business. So I can tell you that sometimes it does take a whole lot of work to be able to get things done. But once you are on your way, you're on your way. So we're going to lay out for you guys your GPS or your roadmap to your Scentsy business. Some things that you're going to need along your journey. We've got Facebook groups. So you've got those, the ones that we are recommending for you. But of course, if you guys haven't looked anywhere else on Facebook, there's lots of Facebook groups out there, whether you're looking for flyers or fundraiser groups or anything like that. Trust me, there's a lot of them. Of course, YouTube is a really great resource for your Scentsy business. If you're looking for something, wanting to try something new, there's amazing trainings out there. Your sponsor, your upline. So if you guys are here, like I said, you're already really lucky because you've got us as your upline if we're not your direct sponsors. So you've got a really great system already in place. Your workstation, of course, is going to be another one that you're going to want to get into the habit of using regularly. A planner, whether that is a pen and paper, whether it's just a legal pad and a pencil, whether it's your iPad and a full digital planner, it doesn't matter what it looks like, as long as you just have something that will help keep you on track. Along with everything else, I put this on here because I think it's probably the number one thing out of everything is self-care. Because just like we talk about, you can't pour from an empty cup. Let me tell you guys, it's really hard to run a successful business when you're not full inside. So always take care of yourself. When you need it, take a time out. There is no judgment. There is nothing to be said for I need a timeout, whether that be an hour, whether that be a day. Go take a nap, whatever you need to do, take care of yourself so you can pour into your business and others. Stepping out of your comfort zone, that's something that you're going to want to do. And I know it's really scary the first time you do it, but trust me, miracles happen on the other side of your comfort zone. Inspiration hopefully will come from a lot of different things, whether that's watching other videos or talking to other consultants or chatting with your sponsor in the Facebook groups. Everything in your business, one of the key core values that we talk about with Scentsy is authenticity. So we will always encourage you guys that if you see something and you think that it's going to work for you, then take it and make it your own. Put your own spin on it. Make it shout you when they look at it, right? And of course, trainings like the one that you're on right now. So pouring into your business in little pieces like this is really going to give you a really good outlook on what's to come. I have, let's see here. All right. So I've got some notes that I took, and this is just from my planner. So I just thought I'd throw it up there. How to achieve more in your business. Make a list of tasks that you want to accomplish. That's how I honestly stay on track every single day. I make a list. Sometimes it's 3 things. Sometimes it's 10 things. Sometimes it's just 1 thing. But make yourself a list. Put a star next to the most important tasks and tackle those first. If you guys have ever heard the phrase eat the frog, that means do the thing that you're dreading the most first, and then everything else is going to be easy peasy. Eliminate distractions while working. Shut off notifications for social media. When I personally am either trying to work on setting up a Facebook party or whatever it is, I will just turn off notifications. Turn it off. Always be learning, listening to trainings and podcasts. You can listen if you are somebody who goes and works out at the gym. Put those earbuds in, listen to a podcast or a training. For years, how I got in a lot of my training and watching YouTube videos was when I was cooking in the kitchen. I'd come home after a long day of work. I always had to cook dinner, but I would have my phone up or my pad or whatever, and I'd be watching in the background to a training from YouTube. That was just when I was able to get it in some days. And organized workspaces will allow you to focus on your work and keep you productive. You don't have to be completely organized, but you do have to have a little controlled chaos, right? So I will tell you that the best inspiration comes from just being organized and feeling together. And one thing that I put in here that, of course, I'll share out with you guys as well is I give a theme to every day of the week. So that way I'm kind of touching all different parts of my business. Mondays is personal development, or in this case, development for you guys. Tuesday, team and group focus is for me. Wednesday, I do follow-ups and I connect with customers or team members. Thursday, I do a lot of content, graphics, and videos. Friday, I kind of do more leadership things. Saturday is all about social media, setting things up, getting things scheduled out, taking pictures of products so I can use it in Instagram or Facebook posts throughout the week. And then Sundays are usually family day, and it's spent for me planning my upcoming week. So I kind of just really plan things out that way, and it really does make a difference in my business. So as I bring that down, let me exit out of that there. Okay, so next up we have Cassie Bollinger. I'm going to toss it on over to you.
Thank you, Jacqui. I am Cassie Bollinger. I am a director. Just to kind of start off, I'm going to be talking about spreading the word. This is kind of what you first do when you get started with Scentsy. Even if you're trying to restart, if you are reinstate, or if you've just gotten your business to where it's lagging. In the very beginning, whenever I started, I didn't do much for the first 5 days. I sent out like a couple of messages, text messages, and I got a couple of orders, and then I just kind of went and I dug in. You have to have a mindset that everybody wants Scentsy. Like everybody needs Scentsy. They just need to know where to get it from. A lot of us that have been in for a while do know that the one thing that I get told a lot is like, I've been looking for someone who's selling Scentsy because my other consultant is no longer doing it. When I started, I hit shooting star, I hit sensational start level 3, and I hit annual sales last year, and I also went to Disney. So a little bit of what I'm doing is this is what I did, and I push, and I just, my team name is No Limits, because I don't have the preconception that they're going to tell me no. You don't know unless you ask, and if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So one thing to do is that you first have to message them so you can decide how you're going to do it. I went through my phone. I had almost taken a step back from social media completely. So I just started with my phone. I went through every contact. Now I've worked a lot of different jobs. There's a lot of people that I hung out with, I went to school with, I have phone numbers. I just started with A, and the wording has to be you. You can find sample posts, and sometimes your upline will give you kind of like a launch link, some kind of wording, but you need to make sure that you are changing it to you. If you don't say, hey lady, all the time, then don't use hey lady. If you're not one who uses the word sweetie, don't use hey sweetie. I say sweetie when I'm talking to people, but when I text, it's always like, hey, and then their name. So I'd be like, hey, Jacqui, just wanted to let you know I started a business. I have started as a Scentsy consultant. And then you can list some different things. I have some scripts that I have written out. One of the first ones that I did is it was just basically, hey, I did a thing. I signed up as a Scentsy consultant. I just love the products and started a launch party to help me build my business. And then I even put in here, like, there was where my launch link went, and so many different products available. And then I started listing some of them. At the time when I did this was last year. I started in May. We had the Bring Back the Bars were coming. I started with the $20 join, but of course, 2 days after I signed up, the $20 kits were gone. So I kind of took that out. But I let them know the different things that were coming available, and which will always change. Like if I was starting today, I would have said, hey, the Villains Warmer released today, along with Rocket and Groot, other items to follow. You don't have to list everything. You might want to just let them know there's other products besides warmers and wax, because a lot of my feedback in the beginning was, they have cleaning supplies? And I'm like, yes. So texting them, letting everybody know. So when you start with your phone and you're going through and you're texting, not only are you just letting them know that you're a Scentsy consultant, you're telling them you have a goal. Like some people will only order from you just because, oh, you're $25 away. What's that warmer that was $30 I saw? And they'll just place an order because they know that they're just trying to help you. So being honest and upfront and authentic with your customers and saying, hey, I'm trying to get a $500 party in 15 days. And I asked you because I'd like you to look over the website. And if you could help me out, place an order. If they say no, don't get devastated. The hardest thing is you're going to hear more no's than you will hear yeses. But you take that and you can always say, that's okay. You want to have that customer service aspect of, thank you so much for responding. I totally understand. Then ask them if they could refer you to 5 of their friends, because if they don't do all 5, maybe they'll do 2, maybe they'll just do 1, but that's 1 more or 2 more people that you didn't have contact information for before. And then you go on to the next one. If they say yes, then you start like thinking about, how am I going to take the money? So you start figuring out your systems without even knowing you're creating a system for yourself. But that's kind of your first step. So after you go through everybody in your phone, you don't have to stop there. Again, when I had started, I had taken a step back from social media because I just, life for me sucked. I had lost my job. I wasn't doing anything. So when I stepped my game back up, I'm like, okay, I started Facebook messaging people. I was a Facebook Messenger queen for jail. I put myself in jail all the time. But I look back and I learned how to be more intentional with the messages I sent, because if I know I send 15, 20, 30 messages and they get through, I better make those intentional before they block me. So my wording changed. I modified just some of the terminologies as what Facebook spams. If you just sent out a Facebook link, you're more likely to get spammed than others saying, hey, how's it going? You know, I'm a Scentsy consultant, or I had this goal I'm going to get, however you want to word it, but make sure that you are intentionally not doing a 5-page report. No one's going to read it. Try to make it as simple as you can. Let them know some key things that are going on, and then send it. The next thing is that to take a breath before you copy and paste. If you're going to copy and paste, you will be blocked within about 10, 15 messages. So you need to make sure that you're changing it up. Change your wording in the beginning. You can keep your middle the same and then change the end. And it's going to be hard, but it's Facebook. We have to learn how to get around all that stuff. So you start off with their name, say, hey, good morning. Hey, good afternoon. Hey, and then change it up. Good afternoon. Hey, so-and-so. And then you go from there. The next thing is going to your other social platforms. If you are on Instagram, you can DM people and get the information out there. I haven't done a lot of Instagram, so I don't know if you ever get blocked or put on, or like Facebook jail, but you can send in messages that way too. You're just trying to make sure you're reaching out to everybody close to you. And you automatically say in your head, everybody's going to buy because everybody is going to love Scentsy if they know about it or not. I've only had one person in probably the 2,000, 15,000 messages I've ever sent tell me no. But it was okay. She still referred me to her sister and her mother. And guess what? They still buy from me. She does not. But I got 2 other people from her telling me, no, leave me alone. Don't contact me. So it happens. Just make sure that you're okay. If they tell you no, just say, thank you so much for responding. If you ever do need anything, I'm here. And move on. Lesson release, move on to your next one and go from there. So that is like what I did. I sat there and I was not going to take, no for an answer from anybody. I was going to keep like, okay, but do you know about this? Do you know about this? And you can overwhelm some people because we do like to do the vomiting, the diarrhea, the mouth about Scentsy because there's so much stuff. Don't do that. Keep it simple, keep it easy. Let them respond. Let them come back to you and say, hey, I had a warmer and I think I need a light bulb. And then that's when you get that, well, do you know which warmer it is? And you can start feeding and building your relationship with the Scentsy. Now, you don't have to know every single person. I had a couple people in my Facebook group that I met through friends of a friends of a friends at a party at this one time over here. And we happened to become friends because for that next month, we were awesome. And then we just kind of lost touch. So messaging and letting them know, hey, that's all it takes is just being persistent. And you don't have to do it all in one day. If you want to say today is my day number 1, I'm going to message 20 people. Tomorrow, I'm going to message 20 more people. And you want to be consistent because that way you can get through your list. If you haven't created a list of 100, that's okay. Your phone is your first list of 100. You should be messaging everybody through there. If you have less than 100 people, then you have more people on Facebook, Instagram, all the different things. So that's pretty much what I have. I think next is, let's see. We have the Amber Dixon.
Hi guys, I'm Amber Dixon. I'm a director of Redolence Empire. So I'm going to talk to you guys about launch parties. So launch parties are super important to your business, right? Because we're telling everybody that, hey, I've got a new business and I want to share it with you. So, and even if you're like, you've been around for a while, right? You can relaunch. I always call my relaunches open houses because I feel like I need to relaunch my business every year. So I generally do an open house every year. And I always invite, my tried and true customers, but I always try to get them to bring somebody new with them. So that way I'm not only servicing my customers, I'm getting a new contact by them bringing somebody new into my business, right? So whether you're launching, relaunching, hosting an open house, you need to do it with purpose and intention. So there is a checklist in your training center, right? You can print it off. You can do all the things. Somebody's put something in the chat. I get sidetracked real easy. I'm like, oh, squirrel. Oh, Adriana says open house. She loves that. Yeah, right?
I'll watch the chat.
Okay, watch the chat. I'll still get sidetracked because that's, I'm like a squirrel. So, let's see. So, of course, the first thing is you're going to schedule the event, right? And you need to message your people or send them something in the mail, however you want to invite people. But you want to do it like make it personal to you. So I don't mean send out a massive invite to an event on Facebook, right? Because that's not personal. You just invited me to an event. You didn't send me a personal message and say, hey girl, I just wanted to let you know I've decided to start a new business and it's Scentsy and it's amazing. Have you ever used it? Put a little question in there so that way usually they'll respond, not always, but it kind of gives them that open ending, right? So that you can start more conversation with them. So make it personal. Then okay, so on here it says to invite your list of 100. Now, who on here actually has a list of 100? Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Okay, so there's what, 3 of us? I can't see most of you because you don't have your camera on, but I actually do have a list of 100 that I rework all the time. Because the thing with your list of 100 is you want those people to become hostess, you want them to join your team. So my list of 100 changes all the time. I'm constantly having to rework it. Now, with that being said, when I first started, and I've been doing this for over 10 years, right? I probably did not get my list of 100 until I'd been doing this for at least a year, okay? Just being honest. Scentsy says they want you to do it from day one, right? Okay, nobody has time for that, okay? Just keeping it real. I want you to make a list of 20, 30, 10, whatever. Make the list, and you're going to check those people off your list, right? But then you want to expand on your list. So I would say that if you're new to this and you don't have your list of 100, start off with 10 and then grow that monthly, weekly, whatever goal you can set for yourself on that is obtainable, okay? Now, if you're wanting to really grow fast, make that list of 10 and say every day I'm going to add 10 more people. Your list is going to grow really fast, right? And so how do you grow your list? So you have your list of 10. And then what you need to do is off of your list of 10, say, okay, Susie has a sister. So I'm going to add Susie's sister, Karen, down here to the list, right? So use your people that are already there to get your next 10. Okay. So, it's that whole there's somewhere on YouTube, there's a video that shows you how to do the circles, right? So you put the circle in the middle and then you branch off everybody and then those people branch off everybody. So everyone knows someone else. Okay. Everybody on earth knows at least one other person. I guarantee it. So you can grow your list really big. Okay. So then that's how you're going to invite people. Intentional, grow your list. And then you want to make sure that you prepare your materials for your event, your party, right? So you want to make sure that you have labels on your stuff, anything that's going out, even if it's not labels, handwrite that stuff on there, your name and your phone number at least. And you have a website for your first 3 months that's free, right? So use it, okay? Get that address out there to people, send it to people in text messages, make sure it's posted on your Facebook, because, eventually you're going to be paying $10 a month for your website. So get it working for you now. So that way it's not later on and you're like, why am I paying $10 a month? I'm not getting any online orders. You sharing your website? You just have to put it out there and keep putting it out there. So make sure all your things that are labeled, anything that goes out of your house should have your information on it, okay? So then the next thing I'm going to talk about is just preparing your presentation. So use your starter kit. I don't care if you got the $20 starter kit, the $15 kit, the $99 kit. I don't care. Whatever you got. If you've got 2 old warmers in your house, and you haven't got your kit yet, but you're ready to do your launch party, break them bad boys out, throw some wax in them, borrow some testers from somebody until yours get there, and have that, you don't have to overdo it, right? We don't have to have all the things. We just need a little something to share, right? Because, you know, this is your first time doing this, so don't overwhelm yourself and don't overwhelm your guest. So put out what you've got, share that, go through the catalog, or even if you haven't got your catalog yet, go through your website. Okay. You've got your website from day one. It's the first thing you get. So share it. Let me see. I have notes I have to refer back to because, you know, I get sidetracked and I go on a rambling. Okay. So yeah, set up your stuff. Don't overdo it. Make it kind of cute. If you're doing it in the fall, throw a couple pumpkins in there. If you ain't got no pumpkins, I don't know. Throw something in there. Make it cute. It'll be fine. But don't overdo it. Then when it comes to your party day, okay, you got people coming. When they get to your house, greet them at the door. And this is with any home party that you do, greet them at the door. Now, let's say you're doing everything online. You're doing a Facebook launch party, right? Greet those people when they come to your party. Give them a shout out on your party page. Hey, you know, Anita, I see you joined the party. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. So make it exciting and be excited that they're there because one, it's showing that you care that they actually showed up, right? So same thing. If you're doing an in-home party, when they get to your door, meet them at the door. Hey, Anita, thanks so much for coming over. I know you're going to love this. I can't wait for you to smell the new scent, right? Be excited about it. Be enthusiastic and be authentic because, you know, we're sharing products and fragrance is what we sell. So if we can get stuff in front of people, we're going to sell it, right? I mean, I don't know that I've ever met anyone that smelled it and was like, I don't want anything. No, it doesn't happen. They smell it and they're like, oh my God, I love that. I can't afford it. Don't worry, girl. You can have a party and get it for free and half price, right? Don't ever let someone walk away without at least offering to host a party for them. Okay. So then, you know, like I said, introduce the products, share what you've got. If you don't have it, talk about it. The best way to get to know your products is one, read your catalog. Two, get a product training guide. You know, if you don't know your products, you can't share it. So know what you're talking about. Yeah, Cassie's showing it there. Your product training guide. Exactly. It's $2. Throw it on your next order. Get you one if you don't have one. Let's see. Okay, so you do your little presentation, you show them all the things, you talk about all the things. Now it's time to like wrap up your party, right? And you're going to get orders. I always kind of set myself up kind of, you know, in another room or off to the side to take orders because I want to talk to them and be personal with them, right? And so I'm always like, okay, so I'm going to go over here and sit at the table. Whenever you guys are ready to order, just bring your order form. I'll help you fill it out because one, I want to help them get the best bang for their buck. So I'm going to show them bundle and saves and all of that jazz, right? Always try to upsell. Not that we're trying, you know, I mean, yes, we're trying to make money, absolutely, but not that we're trying to like gouge them while they're there, but girl, throw some extra light bulbs on your order. You can get a 3-pack for $5. That way you never run out. So that's one way to kind of get extra things. But before I say anything, when they come over and sit down and be like, girl, thanks so much for coming to the party. Would you be interested in hosting your own party? Before you talk about their order, put it out there because that's part of eating the frog. Get it out of the way. Do you want to host your own party? No. Have you ever needed extra money? Has anybody ever said no to, do you ever need extra money? Everybody needs extra money, right? So if they say, yeah, of course, I can show you how to do that. They're either going to say, not right now, I might think about it, whatever. But you've planted the seed, right? Because this leads into my next thing, which is follow up after the party. Let me tell you, over 10 years doing this, the biggest thing you do with your business is follow up because repeat customers is how you continue to grow your business. So after you get their order, make sure you have a phone number or an email address, right? Because it's on the order form. Make sure you have that because you need to follow up with them. Whether your system is the 222, 3, 2, 3, whatever you do as your follow-up. And if you don't know what that is, that's probably like a whole nother Zoom that we can do. But you want information so you can follow up with them later, right? Okay. I think that's it. I know, I kind of like and then I'm just done. Okay. So here's my top 3 tips. Keep it simple. Okay. Use what you have. So those kind of go hand in hand. Keep it simple, use what you have. Share your story and your why. I don't care if your story is, I joined just to get stuff at a discount. That's your story right now, right? Because we're all on a journey. Like, our business is a journey. So I can tell you that when I first signed up, it wasn't so that I could retire from my job. That wasn't in my cards at the time. I never in a million years would have thought that was what was in the future for me. At that time, my why was different than my why is now. So share your story, share your why. Use that to plant seeds for joining and getting people to host parties. And then my third takeaway from all of this ranting is follow up, because you have to follow up to make this business successful. I'm done. So I think, is Cassie Baker up next? Yes.
Is it me? Oh, it's me. Hi, guys. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cassie Baker. He's clapping over here. I'm Cassie Baker. I am director of team Sassy and Waxy, and we are all super sassy and waxy. But I wanted to share with you some tips on Facebook, social selling, and algorithms, because that is how, hey, can you enable sharing, please, Jacqui Duran? Thanks. That is how I run my business, from social media. So, am I good? Good? No? Mm-mm.
Hold, please.
Technical difficulties. Just kidding. Hold on. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, screen. All right. Gave me my countdown. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
Good. All right, Facebook social selling and algorithms. Attraction marketing. I know that you've heard attraction marketing before, and you probably have some just as to what it is, but we're going to dig a little bit deeper into it. So attraction marketing on Facebook is taking the need to buy, which already exists, and satisfy that desire by giving the customer what they want. So we know that so many people need wax. They need something in their home to make it smell good. They need things in their car to make them smell good. They need cleaning products in their home to clean with. They need Christmas presents. They need birthday presents. There is a need. So we need to satisfy that need. So we need to figure out how we need to get our information out there so that we can attract our customers.
Cassie,
Yes.
we just see your desktop. Do you have the presentation up?
Yes.
We only see your desktop.
Well, hold on. Do it again. Share content. Share my screen.
Mama, is your phone charged?
Yes, here, have my charger, child. Can you see my Canva?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm not going to repeat what I just said. Okay. Attraction marketing is based on the belief that the best promotion for the products, that you are the best promotion for the products that you are selling. So that means taking real pictures or photos and posting them, showing them how you use the products in your home, doing all the things. I said all the things. Network marketing isn't what you do, it's who you are. We're going to dig a little deeper into this. Facebook social selling, there is a rule. It's an 80-20 rule. I don't know who came up with this rule, but it's been around forever, since Facebook started. But the 80-20 rule states that you should be sharing 80% of your personal content and only 20% of your promotional content. So that means that you should be sharing 80% of family, encouragement, interactive, things that people are going to be interested in, things that are not selling. And 20% of what you need to share is your business. But how you share your business is very important, because you don't want to spam people with sell post after sell post after sell post. You want to sprinkle them into your regular everyday posts. So you have to think of a problem. So here I put an example how to change your wax. The solution will be cotton cleanups. You could also use cotton balls if you don't have cotton cleanups. You can go live, do a reel, post a story showing how easy it is to change your wax. You wouldn't believe the people that actually dump their wax into a trash can or try to do it a different way when we have these perfectly great cotton cleanups that people can use, or they can just grab cotton balls, and people have never thought about that before. Another problem would be I get messages all the time, which bulb do I need? Which bulb do I need? So you can just do a video or a reel or whatever you want to do on all of our different bulbs. We have 4 different bulbs. We have colored bulbs. Go over the different warmers and the bulbs that they use. Go over the element warmers. And then, just go live explaining the different size warmers, the different size warmers, the different size bulbs, all of the things. I have a list at the bottom of other things that you can share: your favorite wax combo, your favorite warmer, your favorite diffuser and oil. When you change your oil, how do you add water? Our clean line, how do you clean with it? How do you use it? Our laundry line, all of those things you can share every single day in your stories or on reels or going live on Facebook. Those are things that you can share that are going to attract people to you, because they know that you are using the products, and you're not just trying to sell them. People are always sharing their lives with us. I share my life. I share everything. And I literally share everything with everybody. Like I'm an open book. I share who my family is. I share my kids. I share their accomplishments. I share things that I may be struggling with. I share motivational encouragement. If you know me, you know I love Jesus, and I share a lot of Jesus on my page. So this is what the 80% consists of. So you don't have to Scentsy bomb it on your page to get people to buy from you. So you always want to be connecting with other people, whether they're just your Facebook. I have a lot of friends on Facebook that I don't really know in real life, and it's been like that forever. But since I started selling Scentsy, and since I started researching attraction marketing and Facebook social selling and algorithms, I've started connecting with a lot of people that I don't know. And the way that I do that is I like their posts. I comment on their posts, or I write happy birthday on their wall, something to get engagement with them so that I start showing up in their feed. Because if you're not engaging with others, you're not going to show up in their feed. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Facebook keywords to use when posting products. And this is probably good for other platforms as well. But usually when I post something, like I'll take a picture of a warmer that I just got in, maybe warmer of the month, and I'll say, oh my gosh, completely obsessed. And that's all I say. And I may sell 5 of that warmer. Whenever I post something about the host exclusive kit, I use the word exclusive. That word exclusive draws people in. When you use words like the most beautiful, the most fragrant, those words draw people in. And so there are some other words there that you can write down or you can look at. I can send you copies of this, but those words really draw people in, catch their attention, and they pay more attention to posts with certain words than they do others. All right. This is just a tip. Keep it positive. If you can't keep it positive, don't put it on social media, because if you're running a business and you're being negative Nancy and you're posting political stuff all the time and you're posting about, stuff that's just, what's the word I'm looking for?
Inappropriate.
No, I don't know. Anyways, if you're posting stuff like that all the time, people are a lot of times they'll mute you. They won't pay attention to you, and they really won't take you real. So if you need a vent or you need an outlet, you know, personal message somebody. There is no room for negativity in your business. And also do your research. So I put a couple of things that you can Google on here. Facebook post ideas that generate high engagement. And I have done those myself. And then the Facebook algorithm, how it works and how to make it work for you. And be excited. You have to be excited about your business. You can't just be mediocre. You didn't wake up to be mediocre. You are here to be stand out and to be excited and to be the best that you can be. Let's see. Okay, so that was it apparently on my social selling. I'm also going to go over the host exclusive starter kit. Every single party that you open that qualifies has access to a host exclusive starter kit. So you may be thinking, well, who in the heck am I going to ask to join? So you can ask your host friends, your best customers, ask for referrals. You can ask your cousin down the street. You can ask your next door neighbor. You could ask the meat man at the Walmart. You can ask literally anybody that you want to. The worst thing that they can do is say no. So here are some examples of what to say, and these were copied from an SSD that shared them with us in a program that I'm in right now. If you need these examples, I can send them to you in a PDF format. Hold on, brain fart. What happened? Tips for recruiting: make the conversation real. Give them a compliment on why they would be a great Scentsy consultant, and figure out how Scentsy would benefit them in their life. Those are 3 tips. I always look at somebody's Facebook and see if they have a Scentsy face. It's my thing. And if I think they have a Scentsy face, then I offer them a kit. And it's just simple as that. For me, it's a little bit easier than it is for others. But I literally look for that Scentsy face. I think it's a gift that I have. I'm not sure. But these are important things that you can say, things not to say. Never ever say you can have this for free. You need to say no out-of-pocket cost, something like that. And then that was, what was this? Okay, these are things that you can't post publicly. Or these are things that you can post publicly. So this is an idea of how you could, somebody entered the waiting room. So these are just ideas of how you could, the messages that you could send, the things that you can say, like I have one host exclusive starter kit available today. Contact me for more info. Join Scentsy for $59 or less using host rewards. Contact me to learn more. A lot of times I'll say I have one exclusive starter kit at no out-of-pocket cost. Contact me if you're interested. And I'll post a picture of that on my social media. I've gotten several people to join my team that way. And so if you need these, just let me know. I can send them to you. And this is how to enter host rewards. It can be kind of tricky, but once you do it a couple times and you have it down, it's real easy. So if you ever get in a place where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing, message me. I will help you. Anybody, I don't care whose team you're on, I'll help you. Yeah, and that's it. So I want to leave you with a couple quotes. Success will remain within your reach only when you start reaching out for it. And once your mindset changes, everything on the outside will change along with it. I tell everybody all the time that mindset is everything. Did it stop? Did it go? Mindset is everything, and you can do anything that you put your mind to. Anything that you want to do, literally. You want to sell $5,000 a month? Okay, go do it. You want to promote your director in 8 months? Hey, I did. You can do it too. You can do literally anything that you put your mind to. The only thing standing between you and success is you. So you have to make up your mind and do the things, and you can be great. And I don't know who's next.
Cassie, before Angie goes, will you just go ahead and post that PDF in the, the event
Yep.
page or whatever?
Yep, sure will.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm Angie Conrad with I'm a star director with the Wickless Scented Unicorns. I'm going to go over how to reach local customers. The majority of my customers are local to me. I do quite a few vendor events. I check with local Chamber of Commerce, local schools, nonprofits, or any like organization groups. They usually put on different vendor events throughout the year. If they do say no, I always keep asking them, because sometimes, especially through COVID, they didn't do it last year and maybe their rep this year couldn't do it. And so they'd have an opening. Okay, go. So always check back with them. Even if they say no, I always keep a list and always go back to that same one. I also post on local Facebook swap and shop sites. I also get a lot of customers from that by responding to the in search of post. I have quite a few customers that will tag me when people say in search of Scentsy rep needing new light bulbs or whatever. I get tagged quite a bit. My notifications are always going off due to that. So I always try to thank my customers when they do that, so that way they continue to notify me and put me down as a Scentsy rep, so that way I get that notification. I do get quite a bit of customers from those. And then I also do referrals for my current customers. When they refer a new customer to me, depending on what size of order that new customer placed, I usually do either a scent circle up to a mini warmer, depending on the size and the value of that order. And then always be branded. I am always wearing a Scentsy shirt everywhere I go in public. I always have my business cards, usually a couple catalogs, and then some light bulbs with me. I try to keep those because everybody needs light bulbs, and they try to use the Walmart ones and those do not work. So I always try to keep some of those things in my car. So when they come up to ask me, hey, I see that you sell Scentsy. Do you have any light bulbs? Do you have a catalog? Do you have a business card? I'd like to place an order. So I always am branded. That could be, like I said, a shirt, a bag. Amber has a bag that says that she's a Scentsy independent consultant. There's the vinyl on the back of your car window. I used to have it on my old car, didn't ever put it on my new car. And so when I get my brand new car again, I will hopefully be able to put another one on there. And then also talk to everyone. Even if they're not interested in buying, 9 times out of 10, they know somebody who is interested in buying Scentsy. Let everybody know that you're the Scentsy woman or man. And then always hand out your business cards. That I hand out a lot of business cards. And then my other thing was to show you an example of how I package up customer orders. So this was a new customer. She ordered a mini warmer and a bar, and Jacqui will be so excited. It's the fairy tale pumpkin. But I usually just take a bag, wrap it up. I put a product list in there. There's a monthly special for the warmer of the month and the scent of month. I just tie it up, put some ribbon around it, and call it good. Put a business card in there. Just in case the product list gets thrown away, they always still have my information. And I always put my sticker inside the bar so that way when they open that bar, they see my sticker and have my information. And then the other thing was how to have sponsoring conversations. Most of my sponsoring comes from asking everyone again. if they have ever thought of doing what I do. I have asked them, I usually, like this month, doing the host exclusives and then flipping them to a consultant. Those host exclusives are popular. Everybody wants that blanket and that mug. So use that to your advantage, and flip them to a consultant afterwards. I post in all of my groups. If you could join Scentsy for free, would you? And then once they respond, I go through and I message them privately, because you're not able to say you have a host kit for free. I do use a lot of, if you could join for free, or if I have a no out-of-pocket cost, because we're not able to use the word free. But that's how usually I do my sponsoring conversations. So let me know if you guys have any questions. And I know somebody posted in the chat here. Let's see.
Okay, so I'm up again twice. Okay, so now we're just going to kind of open it up and see if you guys have questions, comments, anything you want to throw out there for us. One other thing I did want to add that I forgot to mention earlier was make sure that you always have an open party on your workstation. And it can just say like October orders here or online orders here, whatever. Just make sure you always have an open party. So that way, because whenever people are on your website, I know, sorry, I talk with my hands. Whenever they're on your website and they're putting an order in, it always asks them, do you want to attach this to a party? So make sure you have a party open for them to attach it to, right? Because, you know, we want to get those little perks from doing that. I'm gonna put my hands back down. So, okay. Yes.
Okay, so I have I've had several consultants join me, and the term party, set up a party link. It confuses the heck out of people. Do y'all have a better way to explain a shopping link, a party link? Like, we're not having a party really, like, but we want all orders to go through the party.
Right.
It's confusing, but I understand it, but I can't help others understand it.
Right. Just calling it a link or a social or an event, you know, try to stay away from the word party, because yes, everybody gets terrified of the word party because they think they got to clean the house and do all the crap around there and, you know, hide their kids. So, you know, stay away from the word party. Use, you know, if you're doing something like,
you can say ordering link. You can say, this is where you're going to order. This is the link to order off of.
Yeah, shopping link. Yeah, because party scares people. Yeah, Anita put exclusive shopping link. That makes them feel fancy because it's exclusive to them.
I've also used rewards link.
A what?
If they're a rewards link, if they're going to be doing
that's good.
A reward, so that's way they can accumulate their rewards if you shop through this link, and that's how I've worded it.
Yeah, you could call it like monthly reward link.
Yeah.
Oh, the wheels are turning.
Yeah.
So what questions do you guys have?
Don't be scared to unmute and talk to us, y'all.
So those order forms that we have if we did it like had a party at our house, or just those who, I remember I asked you about that, I think it was yesterday. So those forms, those orders would come to our house and we deliver them to them, or how does that work?
You can decide how you want to do that. If your host is having a party, you can, if she wants to have everybody back at her house to come pick up all their stuff, you could set up basically picking up your links, and you could have everything separated. You can have it all come to you separated, make them all look pretty. Angie had a great idea. Those bags that we get that have stuff in them, you can use those again. And that way you're not buying any bags. And you can have them
Okay.
all, and you can take back over there to her house, and then that way her guests can come back to her house because you may live further away. These may be friends
Yeah.
over, on this side of town, and you're on the other side. Or they can come. You just have to make a decision, and the host needs to be with you on that, on how she wants to do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Tiffany, this bag here is just a bag that they used in the shipping for like scent circles. I think there was some cardboard. So I just reuse them and then just package it up. Yep. I reuse every bag that comes in my orders.
I do
Okay.
too.
And you can also get, the 10 for $1 bags whenever you place an order.
For the big ones, yes.
Yeah, from Scentsy. So you can use those too. I'm kind of like old school. So if I do a home party, I always have it shipped to me. For anybody that's local. Of course, if there's somebody that's like out of state or whatever that is ordering, I'm in a direct ship to them. But if I'm doing a home party, I have everything shipped to me. I bag it all up because I want to put my information in there. My flyers, next month's scent of the month flyer, warmer of the month flyer. I want to make sure that everything is labeled that I'm sending out to these people so that they know how to find me again. So I bag them all up and then I take that to the hostess. And I have the hostess then deliver the orders from the party.
Okay. Works for me.
Good question. Anybody else have questions?
Hey, Amber, it's Brandy.
Hi, honey.
So, just getting people to book parties. I can't get people to book parties. I just had this vendor event last weekend, which on Saturday, which I told you about, and not a single party, not one. Like I had them fill out the drawing cards, and on the bottom of the drawing cards, I had them on there, click if you're, or check if you're interested, for an online party, in-house party, or, interested in joining my team. Nobody, nothing.
So you just have to keep asking. So you want to message people, text them, call them, whatever. Ask them to have a party. If they say no, just say, look, girl, I am really trying to expand my business. Do you know anyone that you could refer me to that might have a party? Ask for referrals. I reward my referrals. So if somebody gives me a referral, they're getting something from me. And depending on, like, if I get a referral for a recruit, I give them a pretty nice gift. Like, I'm not holding back. You give me a recruit, yeah, we're best friends now, homegirl. So, you reward your referrals. And, a lot of my packaging, or like my cards that I send out with my orders, it says right on there, I reward my referrals. Ask me about it.
Okay.
So that way, even if they don't want to have a party, you don't want to beg them, but just be like, girl, I'm just trying to expand my business. Do you know anyone that would have a party for me?
Right.
And just see if that kind of helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel
Use
like
your
I need to
hostess
go
credit.
through my Facebook group, but like, I'm just not really sure what to say without making it sound like I'm like really, I don't know, like kind of like you said, like begging them, like,
Right.
I don't.
So just be like, are you interested in hosting an event to get some free and half price Christmas gifts? Because you're helping them, like, help me help you,
Well, and one thing to think about also is when you are texting, you need to be in the mindset of this is the most exciting thing ever. Because if you're already in this mode of no one's going to do this party anyways, you're like, want to host a party? Like you can almost tell over your text message what you're doing. If you're like, oh my gosh, I just found a new way for you to earn rewards. So, and there's so many like videos out of the texting party. We have a Canva, like a Canva click party. There's a lot of different things that are out now. If you're like, oh my gosh, I want to try this. Would you be my guinea pig? And then I'll offer you an extra half price item. You're not giving them anything they wouldn't already get. You use the perpetual. So that way
Right.
they're getting an extra one right there, and just be like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I just learned this. Do you, would you host this party so I can use this and try and practice? And, or if they say no, say, do you know anybody who would like to do this? Because I'm so excited. And you have to have that mentality when you're sending out messages. You can't just sit there and go like, I'm having a party. Please have a party. Please, please, please have a party. No, seriously, please have a party for me, because they're going to read this and be like, why is there 15 pleases? Like what?
Right.
And they're going to put it down being like, whoa, that's a little, and trust me, guys, I have tried a little bit of everything on messaging. So, but when you are in that mindset of this is the best thing ever, and then you text, you will notice that your text message and the way that you're wording it now has put you in a different mindset. Like what Cassie said, the other Cassie, that your mindset is everything. If you are begging for it, you're going to sound like you're begging. You don't need
Right.
to beg. You need to be, this is going to be a blast. I can't wait to help you do this. Let's get, and you build it up, because this is amazing, because it is. You're going to get those contacts. You're going to get those people. And when you're running your Facebook party and you're running your text party, you need to be like, oh my gosh, I don't care if it's a $3 order. You're like, thank you so much for your order, and you need to make sure that you are thanking these people no matter what size it is, because they feel, ooh, she said, thank you, because you called them out.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just did, yay. I didn't realize that was for a $3 order. I wonder what would happen if I did a $50 order. It's just how it is. So your mindset will be the basis of any kind of message for asking for anything. If it's a recruit, a party, an order.
Mm-hmm.
Anything.
And Anita put in the chat also on Facebook, and even sometimes people's text messages, you can actually send a voice clip instead of like typing out a message.
Okay.
It's showing how excited you are about it.
Right. Okay.
Another thing to remember when you're booking parties or wanting to recruit people is, how many people do you talk to every day? How many people do you actually talk to every day? Because I always make it a point. I talk to 20 people a day, no less than 20 people a day about Scentsy every single day. And so you have to keep track. How many people are you actually having conversations with about hosting, joining, or about the products? So you have to talk to a lot of people, and you have to get a lot of no's so that you can get a few yeses. And it takes a whole bunch of them no's. But from the sound of your voice, I can already tell that you sound defeated.
Yeah, well, yeah,
this
weekend really defeated me. I did my first vendor show this weekend on Saturday, and I really felt defeated afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so
Girl,
we're going to
I've
change
been
that mindset, and you're going to come out of that thinking, oh my gosh, I learned so much. I know what I'm going to do next time. I know what I'm not going to do next time. I know what I can do better. I can bring this to the table. It was a learning experience. It was your first one. It's nothing to feel defeated about at all. So you come out of it with a happy heart, a happy attitude, and excitement to grow and expand, and you build on that. And you keep that excitement no matter what, no matter how you feel. You may feel defeated on the inside, but on the outside, I want you to show excitement and joy, just like Anita over there, smiling from ear to ear.
Well, I have a saying that I tell my girls, is that I did a whole little video on it, was that we don't fail in this business. You're not failing. You're learning the way not to do it. So if something doesn't work, it is not a failure. You're not going to be perfect at it the first time. If we could tell you to post this or message at this time and everybody's going to say yes, we would all be doing it, and then that wouldn't be the time anymore. So you have to know that when you go back, and even if you've been in a week, a year, 10 years, 15 years, you can go back and re-message these people. You can relearn something new every day, and you can be like, okay, I know I talked to you yesterday, but I just watched this training, and this is the bomb. This is everything. And you can build it back up and say, look, and don't ask them to book for this month. Try and go ahead and just be like, look, I learned this, but I want to do this. I want to start getting some bookings for November. that gives them a little bit of time. We should be able to do your party like the first week of November. That way, whenever everything ships, it should get here before December 1st. And that means everybody can have it for Christmas presents. And so you're already trying to reach forward. But again, don't feel defeated. I had 3 vendor events. I've never done vendor events, and I am still trying, but I was very defeated. I did not get any sales, but I did learn how to take less. So there was less to pack up. I did the best I could, but I have another event that I have booked, and it is outside. It's hard to do. I'm in Texas, so it's very hard to do events outside, but don't give up just because that.
I have 2 more scheduled. So, I mean, for November.
They're going to be amazing. Change something up, do something a little bit different. If the little sheet that you had wasn't great, figure out a QR code that they can scan, and maybe they'll type it out. And there's
I had QR codes everywhere, but I think for this one, I don't know. I feel like it was really just timing as far as what was going on.
Trifecta. Like, it was Mizzou homecoming. It was like the biggest pumpkin festival in Missouri was like 30 minutes away. Like, it was the trifecta of things. Like this.
There was multiple things going on. Yeah, there was multiple things going on here, in Centralia, and I was in Sturgeon. So like it was crazy. It was just too many things going on for one weekend, and so it just didn't work
Brandy, you made sales.
And that's better than
Cassie did at hers. She didn't get any sales. So
I did. I sold $116.
Okay, that's what I said. $116 is great, girl.
I paid $25 for the booth. It was outside. I was like, sweet, $25. I had to give a $25 item for their auction. So that's now $50. I drove 32 minutes one way, took my daughter with me, had to stop and get McDonald's. They messed up my food. I got there and couldn't eat. I mean, like, it was a thing that day. And you know what? I had $400 in orders in my phone on my text messages on my way home. So my day at the event was not successful.
Right.
But it showed me that my messages I had sent out prior to telling everybody I was going out to this event still worked because I still got orders. So it's not that my event was not successful, but I still continued working my business because there was 3 people that I talked to and gave them my card.
Right.
May not have gotten orders from it, but at least I was able to talk to somebody. So it wasn't that it was a total loss, because if I had been sitting at home, I may not have gotten those orders because I may have jumped or pounced too soon when they sent me a message back. They're like, no, really, I want to order this. And I was like, oh, they're pouncing on me right now. Hold on. So it's a thing. It's not, you just have to look at some side of the positive. And there's days, we all have them. And I can tell you the 5 of us on here, we've all had those days like, I'm going back to bed. We're all like this, go take a nap, go wash your face, and get back on here, and we're going to get this done again. I mean, you take your moment, you just reflect on it, write it down, what you wanted to change or what you want to happen. And maybe you didn't talk to everybody who walked by. Maybe you were waiting for them to walk up to you. So you might need to stand on the front side of your booth and have a handful of business cards and be like, hey, how are you doing? Have you ever heard about Scentsy? Hey, how are you doing? I was like, hey, would you like to smell this scent? It's a brand new scent for this month. Or maybe not use this month, maybe last month. But like come over to smell. I'm sorry.
Don't use fairy tale pumpkin. It's horrible.
Yeah, your Scary Good was amazing. So, but you need to figure out, write 5 or 6 things down that if you walked by a booth, what would make you stop?
Right.
I bring my kid. My daughter will pull anybody and everybody. She will walk across the place because she's like, oh, they want what they ordering Scentsy. She will walk across the whole place and bring someone back over. Like, so sometimes you need that person who is not in it for, like, we're sitting there like, I got to make this much per hour because I got to pay for this. I just spent my time, you just got to relax and have fun.
Yeah, Brandy, also what I also do is give the other vendors your business card, network with them, become talk with them. Yeah. Because like I said, if they don't want to buy Scentsy, 9 times out of 10, they know somebody that does, or their parents, their sister, their brothers. Yeah. So I always hand out my business cards and talk to them.
Plus, it's good for networking for more events,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Because who knows where more events are other than more vendors. So
Right.
yeah, you want to get in a little vendor like network.
Yeah.
And a tip always for events, be the first one to set up and the last one to break down, because you will get those sales from the other vendors, especially at the end of a day. They've made $200. They've been eyeballing and sitting there watching you talk to them about this warmer that they absolutely love. Now they have money. They didn't want to get it earlier, but they're on their way out. They didn't get to buy anything else. They want to get something. So
Yeah.
first one's there to set up. So when they're walking in, they see it. The last one there when they're walking out, and then you pack up and go.
Lord knows we're always the last one out because we got too much crap to pack up.
Yes.
Putting all that crap back in boxes. I mean, if you put it back in boxes, you know you're the last ding dang one out of the vendor event is always the Scentsy consultant. Every time. Don't matter.
Yes.
Every time.
Yes.
Anybody else?
What else? Anybody else have questions? I'm over here eating my apple crisp, you know, living my best life.
Ah,
Shared it so I get my 80% up.
yeah.
What kind of advice would you give somebody that just started out but didn't have a whole lot of stock but wanted to try a vendor event?
Take what you got, girl. It does not matter. Literally, I have done events where I only had catalogs and 5 testers. Go. Get the contacts, get the information, network your tail off.
There
All
are
right.
quite a few SSDs that will talk about when they do home parties, they do anything, they take one bag.
Yeah.
One bag of stuff, because you want to be duplicatable.
Yep.
So you don't have to take a trailer and load your car up and you're doing 30 trips back and forth to the car to bring stuff out. The more simple that you make it, it's easier to duplicate. If you take just your starter kit that has one of each product, I mean, like if you don't have, I mean, like I don't have pets, but you know, the reason why I sell so much pet stuff is because I always bring it with me to every event, no matter what, because if anything, they don't realize that we have stuff for the deodorizer, the detangler. I sell more of that than I do the shampoo, but I can't show that on my page. Like I can't take a picture of my dog. I mean, I could, my daughter does have long hair. I guess I could do some detangling. I don't know, but you know, I'm just saying but you can take certain items, and the more you use items, the easier it is for you to talk about it. So if you've never used a counter clean, get a thing of counter clean on your next credits or whatever and use it so you can talk about it. If that's all you talk about, then you can sell the crap out of it. I promise you. Because if the way your eyes light up, if you're doing a video and you're like, I cleaned my patio outside and it gets rained on, it's under a tree, it's nasty. I go out there and I take a video of it. Every time I do it, I sell like 5 or 6 of them. And so I've been starting to bundle them. I'm like, hey guys, you realize you can get 3 of these, or they can get the classic clean. I mean, work with what you have. Don't worry about what you don't. You don't need stock.
Lindsay, if you can get an event, go. Take whatever you have and go.
All
Like,
right.
if you do not have to have all the things, girl. Take your little behind and work your magic. You can do it.
All right.
I honestly don't have that much. So yeah, you're good. Like I had very few bars. I had 3 or 4 warmers, and I had a couple of Scentsy buddies. I mean, I had my stuff from my starter kit. I really didn't have that much.
Yeah. You don't have to have a lot. Just talk about it. This is your most powerful tool. Use it. Talk your behind off.
All right.
I had a lot of catalogs and I had a lot of business cards. And then I had a drawing where they could sign up for a drawing.
Yeah.
So that I could get their contact information.
All right.
Other questions? Nobody? Some of y'all are sitting over there so quiet.
I asked James if he had any input and he said no. So I was like, oh.
Well, I'm glad.
We covered it all, James. We got it.
Mother.
I'm just along for the ride at the moment.
Right on. I like it. Jacqui Duran, what else do you have for us?
That's all I got. And I'm so glad that we were able to do this from all different perspectives. And we'll definitely, I'm going to get this uploaded. We'll get it shared out. So those who couldn't attend, we can make sure that they see it, because I think that y'all shared some amazing, even I had 2 different takeaways. I'm going to relaunch my business every month
I
now.
worked
I
on.
notes
Oh,
on
I
everything,
do it
and I
every
knew
month.
what was going on.
So yeah, I mean, I love it. I love it all. So thank you guys for joining us, and hopefully this helps. If you have,
one more tip.
Yep, go.
One more tip. Forgot. Whatever you choose to do, however you choose to share your business, do it consistently. I mean, show up every single day and share your business.
Yes.
Don't take a week off and post and then be like, you're not going to sell anything. Post them once a week on social media. It's not going to do it. I'm so sorry to burst your bubble. It's not going to happen. So you've got to get up, you've got to show up, and you've got to be consistent every single day. That's all.
Those that show up, go up.
That's right.
Wisdom. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.